Man, this sucks. Man, I'm just the most unlucky sports bettor there is, but I feel like I have a good approach, I don't feel like my approach is the problem, I just feel like I'm the victim of bad luck, you see. I mean, I had a goal to be scored in the first 10 minutes of the Knights Canadiens playoff game, and the puck hit the post twice, and they couldn't convert power plays. I mean, what are the odds of there being no goals? I mean, come on, really? Like, that's just bad luck. And then I had the Reds minus 1.5 against the Diamondbacks, and they gave up a double that made it 4-3 in the 8th inning. I was so close. And then I had a 6-team parlay, and 5 of 6 teams hit. I was right there. And I also had an 8-team parlay where 7 of 8 teams hit. I'm so close. I feel like just bad luck, you see. I feel like once this run of bad luck ends, I'm going to be good. I'm going to be setting on my way and be making some money. I just need to get over this bad luck hump, and I'll be there. That's why I'm losing. Bad luck, bad beats. That is why I'm losing. It has nothing to do with my approach or strategy, guys. So I'm going to keep making that moolah. I'm going to keep making that $10. Yeah. Obviously, more than that. Yeah. You're watching Sports Betting Truth, and today we are continuing the life cycle of the average sports bettor series, and today we're going to talk about excuses. That's right, excuses. Everybody at some point in their sports betting journey, especially when they are losing, will make excuses. They will not take responsibility for the fact that their approach sucks. So let's be honest. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Bad luck is not why you're a long-term loser. Bad beats are not why you're a long-term loser. If you're a long-term loser, it's because your strategy sucks. That's the honest truth. So many people think they have it all figured out, and it's just bad luck, bad beats, whatever. That's why they're losing. And eventually that wave of bad luck will go away, and they'll be right on their way to winning. That's not how it works, guys. Because here's the truth: good luck happens just as much as bad luck. Good beats happen just as much as bad beats. They even out in the long run. The good beats and the bad beats even out in the long run. So bad beats are not why you're a long-term loser. It's like the people who get mad at the blackjack player who doesn't make the right play and then blames that player not making the right play for their own losses. Over the long run, the idiot at the blackjack table will cancel out. The idiot at the blackjack table will help you just as much as he hurts you. Because blackjack expectation in the long run is independent of how the other players play. Yeah, the idiot at third base on the blackjack table can hurt you in the short run, but in the long run, it's going to cancel out. Everybody remembers the time the idiot at the blackjack table hurts them, but they never remember the time that they helped them. I've been helped by the idiot at the blackjack table one time who split sixes, and I'm glad he did because I doubled down on a 10. And if he didn't split those sixes, I would have got a bad card, but instead I got an ace thanks to him splitting sixes. So in the long run, bad beats at the blackjack table or sports betting even out. So if you're losing long term, it's because your strategy sucks. So sports betting is a lot like dating. It's a lot like the dating scene. I talk to my friends and everything, people in the know. They're always whining about things like Tinder and Bumble and all those dating apps. And they're like, I can't get any matches. It's probably because it's rigged against me or it's rigged towards the people who are paying. No. If you're not getting any hits on Tinder or Bumble, it's because your strategy sucks. Your pictures suck. You're not conveying in your Tinder profile that you're a cool guy that girls want to meet. It's like job searching, There was a time in my job search where I wasn't having a lot of success. I wasn't getting a lot of requests for interviews and everything like that. So what I took ownership. I took matters in my own hands. I stopped complaining. I stopped making excuses. I hired a resume writer. I built a personal portfolio website. And after I did those two things, I got so many requests for interviews. It was like I had to start turning down requests for interviews just because I couldn't juggle them all. Like I had a couple interviews that I completely forgot about because I was so swamped with interviews. Take matters into your own hands. Stop making excuses. Don't be that guy. and own the fact that your strategy sucks. Excuse making will get you nowhere. It's like the people who make excuses in their dating life. Oh, girls won't go out with me because they only like jerks. No, it's because you're not appealing. You are not appealing. You need to give girls a reason to find you attractive and want to go out with you. You can't just make excuses. You have to take ownership of yourself. This isn't a dating advice video, but there's a lot of parallels between dating and sports betting, guys. A lot of parallels. Excuse making gets you nowhere. Take ownership. So a lot of the excuse making I hear from my friends and I see online are from parlays. Don't bet parlays, guys. Don't. But if you're going to, understand what they are. I see so many people like, oh, I got 5 out of 6 and that one team screwed me. Or, oh, I got 7 out of 8. It doesn't matter. That's what parlays are designed to do. They're designed to get you, they're designed to make you think you almost got it. You almost got it. But almost doesn't count in parlays. You got to hit them all. And the odds between hitting 7 teams in an 8-team parlay and 8 teams in an 8-team parlay are substantial. Substantial increase in odds to get that extra team. It's not like, oh, you almost got there. It's not. It's like I hear so many people make excuses. Oh, how could the Dodgers possibly lose to the Diamondbacks? Or how could good team possibly lose to bad team? Like, things happen. It's sports. Randomness happens. Expect the unexpected. You're betting on humans, not robots. It's like I heard a guy at the sportsbook a few weeks ago. He was all mad because, he bet on a really good team in baseball. I forgot who it was, but they lost to a bad team. I think it was the Rangers against the Rays, to be honest. He was like, how could the Rangers possibly beat the Rays? Like, as if there was like a 0% chance of it happening before the game. Guys, randomness happens. So what you need to do, we got to be patient, first of all, but at the same time, you have to learn how to be able to read the writing on the wall. I always tell people this. If you have an approach, like for example, like me, if I'm building a model, give it enough time. You can't judge the effectiveness of a model after 1 day or 10 plays or even 100 plays. Give it time, be patient, but you got to learn to read the writing on the wall and know when to accept the fact that your approach sucks. For example, that my model sucks. It happens all the time. Okay, this isn't a good strategy. I need to tweak it or change it or scrap it or whatever. It's a balancing act. You got to give it time to build up a big enough sample size so you can objectively determine if it's a good approach or not, but you also can't let it linger on too long because ultimately you got to see the writing on the wall that it's not a good approach or it is a good approach and you want to stick to it. Like I said, it's like dating. A lot of this is like dating. Some guys don't know when to let go. They don't know when to let the girl go and stop pursuing her and just accept the fact that she's not interested, right? You got to learn when to let go and just move on. Same with sports betting. You got to know when your approach sucks and it's time to move on to a different approach. Nobody likes the guy who makes excuses. That is my least favorite thing about sitting in a sports book is all the excuse making and whining and crying because their big square favorite didn't win that busted their parlay or whatever, right? Nobody likes excuses. Own the downside is what I say. Own the downside. Like him or hate him. This is not a pro-President Donald Trump statement I'm about to make. Like him or hate him, the one thing he did that made him such an effective politician is he owned the downside. Most politicians, whenever they get negative press or media coverage or whatever, run to the hills with their tails tucked between their legs apologizing. Donald Trump didn't do that. Instead, he owned the downside of the negative coverage and owned it. He said, yeah, I might have said that, but I'm owning it. That's what you need to do in sports betting. Own the downside. Take ownership of your downside and try to learn from it. Don't make excuses. Don't rationalize. Nobody likes the excuse maker. I certainly don't. If you ever don't want me sitting next to you in a sports book, start making excuses. I'll get up and move somewhere else because I don't like excuse making. Anyway, you've been watching Sports Betting Truth.